Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is another video game, I guess, centric video. You're not going to be seeing any gameplay, but we're going to be talking about specifically 3 different things of video games that have been kind of, I guess, been trends or gimmicks, and they've all kind of, died off in a sense. So the first one is going to be Toys to Life. The second is going to be Kinect, or, motion controls and ever, and then the third is going to be kind of a predatory thing, but microtransactions, aka loot boxes. So the first is going to be Toys to Life, right? Now this is kind of a tricky subject, because Toys to Life came on the scene with, of course, at least the big one was Skylanders, right? And then, that was a big thing when I was a kid, right? Everyone had a freaking Skylanders. It was cool, you bought a slightly more expensive starter pack, say the game was 60, this was 70, I don't know how expensive it was, but you bought the thing, and it came with toys, and you plug a little toy pad into your Xbox, PS3, PS4, whatever, via USB, and then of course you get to put your character on the thing, and then from there you can kind of play as that character, and then also you kind of get like a little bonus toy, little collectible. And that was cool, back in the day that was like the freaking coolest thing ever. And then Skylanders happened, and they had like one every year. It was like Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed, they had one game every year. And finally afterwards they were like, yeah, let's not do that anymore. And then of course Disney Infinity came on the scene, right? That was the next big idea where, people were like, oh cool, this is Disney, we got Cars and Star Wars and Marvel. And we had, Toy Story and Monsters Inc. and Pirates of the Caribbean and all this Lone Ranger, all this awesome, cool stuff. And I had that as well, and it was a lot of fun. But once that kind of died off, Disney Infinity, I don't think, was as popular as Skylanders. It just kind of happened, and then it just kind of died off a lot quicker. And then in 2015, LEGO Dimensions happened. Now, LEGO games, I think, are one of the best franchises of all time. If you haven't played them, you have to play them. They're great for any age group. But LEGO Dimensions was the first time Toys to Life actually sounded good and actually, worked. At least to me. Because when you buy a Lego set, yes, for a kid, it is a toy that they can play with. For an adult or an older teen, whatever, I guess you can play with it. But more or less, for me, when I buy a Lego set, all these that you've seen before in my, backdrops, I don't play with them anymore. I build them and I collect them and I put them on shelves and, whatever. So buying the Lego Dimension toys was really cool because you got basically every set was a Lego set. They actually had real Lego bricks, and you would build the minifigure and a little stand and, whatever that they would come with, Batmobile or, a car or a gun or a turret, whatever. And that was really cool because, it gave you that extra factor that, yeah, you're playing a Lego video game with Lego figures and Lego sets, and then you had, the toy pad, and they had all the crazy stuff you could build, like the Bat computer. They had the Ghostbuster one. The Lego Batman movie had its own thing. They didn't even make a Lego Batman movie video game. They just freaking made a Dimension pack, and they sold that, and it was fun. Now, Lego Dimensions had a little bit of an issue, because this is where the beef of it happens, right? Because the game was really, really fun, right? It was very well done. Voice actors galore, great graphics, beautiful, awesome, giant-ass open worlds, really, really fun open worlds to explore. Really cool campaign. You get Lego sets, right? It's a Lego game. It's just a Lego fan's dream. You could have Batman and Wildstyle interacting with Gandalf in the Simpsons world in Springfield, and then you could take Homer Simpson from that with Marty McFly, with the Wizard of Oz, inside freaking, I don't know, whatever, Ninjago. There were so many different IPs and different things you could combine. It was literally, it was like bigger than Endgame level stuff, It was just like it probably is still to this day one of, if not the biggest crossover in franchise history, I would think. But the big problem with this is that because it's a Lego toy, they are expensive, and Lego Dimension sets were getting kind of up there. Now I have them. I have a lot of them. I only need Supergirl. Okay, that's the only one I need. I need Supergirl, and it's at the exchange for $50 frickin', so that's cool. Maybe one day, I don't know, like a wedding gift or something. I don't know, whenever I get a girlfriend. But this is all that, here's a little clip of my Dimensions clips because it's or my Dimension toys because it's pretty insane. I'm not bragging. I have them all, but it's a lot.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
So you're probably wondering what I would do with all of that, and yes, I still play the game to this day. Of course, I don't play it every day, but I do play it a good amount of time for the most part. Sometimes I did have a bit of a weird effing glitch where the year 2 packs didn't work and I lost all my progress, and I still didn't really get that back. So LEGO Dimensions was a very fun game, great for all ages, really cool if you're a LEGO fan, whether kid, adult, whatever. It was really cool to get actual LEGO sets. But the game had a few glitches, and then, of course, it was so freaking expensive, they didn't really renew it for a Season 3 or a Year 3, and it just kind of died there. But I think out of all of them, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, and LEGO Dimensions was the best made game, and it also had the best toys because they're actual LEGO people and sets that you were building. So I think that was really cool. So sadly, Toys to Life I don't think ever is going to come back, but for the most part, I pretty much enjoyed it. Again, I play all of them, and LEGO Dimensions is easily the best. I still play it to this day. It's a lot of fun. Second one is going to be, of course, the Kinect, or the motion controls. Now, this was a bit of a weird one, too, because I remember getting the Xbox One, the fat or the vanilla whatever version, and they were really touting this, online-only experience. That didn't last either, but, this online thing, as well as the Kinect, where, you get a Kinect, and you put it in there, and you go, and you don't need a controller, because you use your freaking hands, and you do this, and all that, it was cool. And 360 had it, I believe, too, but, it really was kind of a fad, and it didn't really last, because it was a cool concept, in that, let's have people put down the controller, stand up, lose weight. If anything, this was just people saying, gamers are too fat, they need to lose weight. And of course that is a stereotype, but some gamers are obese, so they have to, obviously stand up and do that shit. So maybe that's where they did it, I don't know. But for me, obviously I'm not, so it didn't work for me. But, it was fun at the time to, get off the couch, get off the chair, put down the controller, and actually, use your hand like the Force and just select start or select whatever, They had a Star Wars game, and they had a Sonic game where you're, on a cool, skateboard. And they had a really cool amount of things to do on the Kinect, right? Where you actually using your body and moving and ducking, and it was cool. And then, of course, it wasn't cool, because 99% of the games didn't effing work, and they didn't actually work correctly. They were just broken messes. I remember getting the Star Wars Kinect thinking, holy crap, I can be a Jedi now. I'm swinging my lightsaber, I'm cutting up battle droids, and I'm using the Force, or whatever. This was before the sequels, but, it was like, this is so cool. And then I'm playing it, and I'm like, oh, my guy's not working, or, oh, the camera's not tracking my body, because I'm, too short or something. Oh, it didn't register my hit, so I died. Or, oh, it takes me a year to swipe through the damn menu because the thing won't work. Little things like that. It just didn't work. The Kinect was a really good concept, but in motion, it just... Motion, get it? In motion, it didn't work because, they were basically all broken messes. And it is, again, kind of a shame that they're not making any more Kinect games or any more motion. They probably are, a really crappy, double A, 1A thing. But, for the most part, it's basically dead. And, it's a shame because I liked what they were doing. Like Toys to Life, it's something unique, something different. But unlike Toys to Life, which actually worked, it just kind of got a little expensive. Motion capture, the Kinect, just didn't have to work at the time. I was getting more upset with the thing than I was enjoying it. And that's kind of a shame. VR is a little bit like that, except that VR is still prevalent to this day, and it works, and it's fun. Of course, with glasses, it's kind of hard to wear the PSVR because it like breaks your freaking glasses and your whatever. But it works. I'm basically blind when I play it because I got to take these off. But it's still fun. Now the third one is, of course, again, not necessarily a trend or a fad. It's more or less just a big predatory middle finger to everyone who plays video games, which is, of course, the microtransactions or the loot boxes. Of course, we all know about these, but a brief rundown, right? Let's say you're playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, right? You're like, oh man, the new one. This is so cool. I love this game. And you're playing online, and you're like, all right, I want to play as Luke Skywalker. I want to play as, Obi-Wan. I want to play as Rey. I want to play as Finn, whatever. Chewbacca, BB-8. And you're playing. You want to play as that select character, right? You're playing as just a normal, soldier with an assault rifle, blaster, whatever. And you get a certain amount of battle points. You're like, all right, cool, this is sick. Oh, I can't play as him. I have to spend 16 hours of gameplay, or I can just pay $20 and play as him. That's how they did it. Call of Duty did the same thing for a long time, right? If you want cool guns, you have to pay up the butthole to play as them. Now, DLC and microtransactions are different things. Okay, DLC is, you're paying X amount of money for a Call of Duty map pack. You're paying X amount of money for a Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga character pack, or whatever. But that's different because DLC, you know what you're buying. Microtransactions are literal gambling in a video game. In fact, some country, it might have been Canada, I don't know, they literally said they banned, you cannot find loot boxes in most, if not all, AAA games now on console, right? Because they banned them. Because one of the countries was like, look, this is like basically gambling for minors, because that's what it is. You know, when I went to Niagara Falls and I went inside the gambling area, they said, "How old are you?" Because I look like I'm 7, and they were like, "Oh, okay, minus, you know, this." I'm like, "Oh, I'm 7 years old. I'd like to gamble, please. You know, let me in. I'm 7." But they did that, and I showed them their card, and they said, "Go on in, right? You have to be 21 to gamble." That's not the case, because Battlefront 2 is rated T for teen, which means you have to be 13 to play it. Now, I know 4-year-olds, the squeakers, they're playing it all the time. I got it, but in actuality, you should be 13 to play Battlefront 2, right? You should be a teenager, not a baby. So it is kind of interesting to see how that works. And they were like, "Look, you know, pay X amount of money, and you don't know what you're going to get. You know, you might get a cool new legendary item. You might get a bunch of bullcrap you already have. You might get the new character you want to play as. Same with Call of Duty, right? You might get a new gun, you know, a new assault rifle or a new SMG. You might get a new, you know, skin. You might get the same thing you already have. You know, it's a coin toss. It's whatever. It's like gambling. You know, that's what it is. And it sucked because it allowed people who are either very poor and stupid or very rich and stupid to essentially give these developers EA all of their money, and it sucked because it was just, you know, it's unfair to the gamers who just want to have a good fun time, and it's bad for those people who just pay because, you know, you're just paying to skip a tier, you're paying to skip or paying to get the new gun and just wipe the floor with everyone. So it really is kind of a bummer that even happened. Now again, that is not a thing anymore, but you know, it was pretty bad back in the day. You know what I mean? Battlefront 2 especially, but Call of Duty did it. You know, a bunch of stuff happens. It sucks. You know what I mean? It really does. You know, Toys to Life is fun, too expensive. Connect didn't really effing work. Microtransactions, though, they were just a bad thing in general. They allowed people to pay to win, and that's not good. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's just scummy garbage. You know, businessmen rubbing their grubby little fingers, saying, "How do we screw the player next?" You know, that's what they were doing. And thankfully, it's basically gone. You know, microtransactions are gone good, but you know, as far as Toys to Life and the Connect, I kind of wish they were back. Just, you know, better. You know, maybe less expensive and all that. But hey, LEGO Dimensions, you can still play it. You know, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, all that. But Connect, you can still play it, but again, they didn't really fix it. It's still kind of trash. And then you have, of course, the, you know, Battlefront 2. They did fix Battlefront 2 where you can now actually play the game without having to spend any real money, right? If you want to play as X character, I don't play online, I play offline. I play the instant action mode, so, you know, I get X amount of kills, and I get battle points, and I can use those points to then play as Luke or Rey or, you know, whoever. So it is kind of cool. You know, Call of Duty, again, Modern Warfare 2019 is a great example if you're an offline player, because you get essentially every single gun for the most part, every single map for the most part, and it actually works. So, yeah, the loot boxes and all that shit, I'm glad they left out of here. I'm glad they're gone, because, you know, they were just ruining a lot of games for a lot of people. But again, tell me in the comments down below what you missed the most and missed the least. I think all of us miss the loot boxes the least, or the most. But in terms of the, you know, least, I would have to say Toys to Life. I think that was kind of cool, you know. Seeing LEGO Dimensions Year 3 would be pretty effing awesome. And it's just a shame that, you know, I don't know. Look, I mean, I'm not rich, but, you know, I got LEGO Dimension toys or the packs, you know, for birthday, Christmas, special occasions, whatever, right? And, of course, all that adds up, but I have them all. And I wish Year 3 was, you know, continuing, because it was a really fun game. Still play it to this day. And it just kind of sucks that they kind of canceled it, you know, the way they did. But hey, we got more LEGO games here. We got LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. And then, of course, you know, the Connect. I guess they just said, F it, just sit back on the couch. Pick up the controller, whatever. We can't help you. I guess that's what they did. But, you know, it's a shame that Connect and all that stuff didn't work, because it could have been a fun concept. They just botched it completely. But anyway, tell me in the comments down below what you think about these three. I kind of thought this was kind of a cool concept, kind of wanted to, you know, dive into this. And yeah, tell me in the comments down below what you're thinking about all this stuff. I'm very excited to see what the future of gaming has in store. But until then, I don't know, just keep playing games. I got LEGO Star Wars gameplay coming up soon. Don't worry, I didn't forget. I'm going to have some Borderlands 2 gameplay, bunch of cool stuff there. So look forward to all this cool gaming content on the channel. I can't wait to film it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.